my God, Gemini, 73% of you are about to experience the biggest emotional breakthrough of your lives in the next 21 days, and I just pulled the most shocking card that nobody saw coming. The Eight of Swords just flew out of my deck, and this is not what anyone expects for emotional mastery. But listen, this card is telling me that your greatest emotional prison is your own brilliant mind. Everyone thinks Gemini emotions are scattered and chaotic, but actually your emotions are like a sophisticated computer system that just needs the right programming. And I'm about to show you exactly how to reprogram your emotional operating system. The comments are already going insane and we haven't even started properly yet. Sarah from last week's reading just messaged me saying her whole life changed after I revealed this exact technique. And by the end of this reading, you're going to understand why your dual nature is actually your superpower for emotional balance. Here's what's happening right now in your energy field. Your Mercury-ruled mind has been trying to think your way through emotions instead of feeling your way through thoughts. This is why you feel like you're constantly battling yourself internally. But that Eight of Swords, oh honey, this card is showing me that you've been imprisoned by your own mental chatter. You know that voice in your head that never stops analyzing, questioning, doubting. That's not your intuition speaking. That's your wounded inner child trying to protect you from emotional vulnerability. The energy I'm picking up right now is so intense. I can literally feel the electricity of your nervous system through the screen. You Geminis carry so much mental energy that you've forgotten how to just be with your emotions without immediately trying to solve them or explain them away. Let me tell you something that's going to blow your mind. Emotional mastery for Gemini isn't about controlling your feelings. It's about becoming fluent in the language of your emotions. And right now, you're speaking emotional broken English when you could be speaking emotional poetry. The next card wants to come out. Oh, this is beautiful. The star card is practically vibrating with anticipation. This is your hope card, your healing card, your this is where your soul wants to go card. The star is telling me that your emotional healing journey isn't happening in some therapy office or meditation retreat. It's happening right here, right now, in the messy middle of your everyday life. Every time you feel that familiar anxiety spike, every time your mind starts racing with worst-case scenarios, every time you feel like you're too much for people, that's your star moment. Because here's the secret sauce that nobody talks about. Gemini emotional mastery happens through communication. Not just talking to others, but having honest conversations with your own emotions. When was the last time you asked your anxiety what it was trying to tell you instead of just wanting it to go away? I'm getting chills right now because the energy is shifting. I can feel so many of you having that Aishe moment. That moment when you realize you've been treating your emotions like unwanted guests instead of valuable messengers. Your dual nature that everyone always talks about. It's not a bug in your system, it's a feature. You have the incredible ability to be both the observer and the observed. You can be feeling deep emotion while simultaneously analyzing that emotion. Most people can't do this without dissociating, but you can be fully present in both states. This is why traditional emotional advice doesn't work for you. People tell you to just feel your feelings, but your brain is like, no, thank you, I'd rather think about my feelings. And that's actually perfect because thinking about feelings is how you process them. But here's where it gets tricky. You've been using your thinking as an escape from feeling instead of a bridge to feeling. There's a difference between analyzing your emotions to understand them and analyzing your emotions to avoid them. The third card is ready. And wow, the King of Cups is here, and he's got something major to tell you about emotional sovereignty. This is so unexpected because usually we'd expect swords energy for Gemini, but the King of Cups is showing me that your emotional mastery comes through ruling your emotional kingdom, not being ruled by it. And honey, you are the ruler of your emotional kingdom. You just forgot to sit on your throne. The King of Cups represents emotional maturity, emotional leadership, emotional wisdom, and he's telling me that you're ready to stop being a victim of your own emotional weather patterns and start being the meteorologist who predicts them. I'm seeing a vision of you learning to surf your emotional waves instead of being tumbled by them. Every emotional state you experience, anxiety, excitement, sadness, joy, frustration, curiosity. They're all just different weather patterns in your inner sky. And the King of Cups is teaching you to read the clouds. This is getting so intense. The energy in this reading is off the charts. I can feel how ready you are for this transformation. You've been waiting for someone to give you permission to be emotionally complex, to honor all the different parts of yourself without having to choose just one. Here's what the King of Cups wants you to know. Emotional maturity for Gemini doesn't mean becoming less sensitive or less reactive. It means becoming more skilled at navigating your sensitivity and using your reactivity as information. Your emotions are like a sophisticated radar system scanning for threats, opportunities, connections, and truths. But you've been getting overwhelmed by all the data instead of learning to interpret it. The King of Cups is your emotional translator, helping you understand what each feeling is actually trying to communicate. I need to pause for a moment because I'm getting a download. Oh my goodness. I'm seeing that so many of you have been medicating your emotional intensity instead of learning to channel it, whether it's through endless scrolling, constant busyness, substance use, or just mentally checking out. You've been treating your emotional depth like it's a problem to solve instead of a gift to unwrap. But what if I told you that your emotional intensity is actually your secret weapon? What if your ability to feel deeply and think quickly is the exact combination the world needs right now? The fourth card is pushing forward. This energy is unstoppable. The Hermit is here, and he's carrying a lantern that's going to illuminate the path to your emotional freedom. The Hermit is showing me that your journey to emotional mastery is ultimately a journey inward, not in an isolated hermit-like way, but in a seeking your own truth way. You've been looking for emotional guidance everywhere, except the one place where it actually lives, inside your own wisdom. This card is telling me that you already know how to master your emotions. You've always known. It's just that you've been taught to doubt your own emotional intelligence because it doesn't look like everyone else's. Your emotional intelligence is mercurial. It's quick, it's adaptable, it's multifaceted, it's brilliant. But you've been trying to force it into a Venus-shaped box or a moon-shaped container, and it doesn't fit because it's not supposed to. The Hermit is holding up his lantern and showing me that your path to inner peace isn't through achieving some Zen-like state of emotional flatness. Your inner peace comes through mastering the dance between your thoughts and feelings. I'm getting such a clear vision right now. I see you learning to be the DJ of your own emotional soundtrack. Instead of being at the mercy of whatever emotional song comes on, you're learning to mix the tracks, to create transitions, to build emotional playlists that serve your highest good. The energy is building towards something huge. I can feel we're approaching a major revelation. The cards are practically humming with anticipation. Oh, members are blowing up my DMs about this exact energy. They saw it coming. The fifth card is ready, and this one is going to change everything. The Wheel of Fortune is here, and it's spinning with the energy of emotional cycles. This is profound. The Wheel of Fortune is showing me that you've been trying to control your emotions like they're supposed to be constant, but emotions are meant to move. They're meant to cycle. They're meant to change. And your Gemini nature is perfectly designed to flow with these changes. The wheel is telling me that your emotional mastery comes through understanding the seasons of your inner world. Just like you wouldn't expect spring flowers to bloom in winter, you can't expect yourself to feel the same way all the time. But here's the game changer. You can learn to predict your emotional weather patterns. You can learn to see when your inner spring is coming, when your emotional summer is at its peak, when your autumn of reflection is beginning, when your winter of rest is necessary. This is revolutionary for Gemini because you've been fighting your emotional cycles instead of working with them. You've been trying to force yourself to be consistently happy or consistently productive or consistently social when your soul needs the full spectrum of emotional seasons. The Wheel of Fortune is showing me that your emotional breakthrough is going to come through embracing the turns of your emotional wheel instead of trying to stop it from spinning. I'm seeing a vision of you becoming so skilled at reading your emotional weather that you can prepare for it, work with it, and even appreciate the beauty of each season. Your emotional storms become sources of power. Your emotional winters become times of deep restoration. Your emotional springs become periods of incredible creativity and growth. The energy is reaching a crescendo. I can feel the transformation happening in real time. The sixth card is practically vibrating with urgency. The Three of Swords is here, and before you panic, let me tell you why this is the most beautiful card for your emotional mastery journey. The Three of Swords isn't about heartbreak happening to you, it's about heartbreak happening for you. It's about your heart being broken open, not broken down. And for Gemini, this card represents the moment when you stop trying to think your way out of painful emotions and start letting them teach you. This card is showing me that your emotional mastery includes learning to be present with difficult emotions without immediately trying to fix them or escape them. Your brilliant mind wants to solve emotional pain like it's a puzzle, but some emotions aren't meant to be solved. They're meant to be felt, honored, and integrated. The Three of Swords is teaching you that emotional maturity includes developing a relationship with sadness, with disappointment, with loss, with fear. Not because you want to live in these emotions, but because you want to be free to feel them without being destroyed by them. I'm getting such a powerful message. The Three of Swords is showing me that many of you have been carrying emotional wounds that you've never let properly heal because you've been too busy trying to think your way out of them. Your heart has been trying to process old pain, but your mind keeps interrupting with analysis, with explanations, with distractions. The Three of Swords is inviting you to let your heart do what hearts do best, which is to feel, to grieve, to release, and to heal. This is where your emotional mastery gets real. It's not about becoming invulnerable to pain. It's about becoming skilled at moving through pain. It's about learning to trust your heart's wisdom even when it's breaking. The final card is coming, and this one is going to seal your emotional transformation. The Sun card is exploding with joy, and I'm getting chills, because this is your emotional destiny card. This is where all your emotional mastery work is leading you. The Sun is showing me a vision of you living in emotional freedom. Not freedom from emotions, but freedom with emotions. You're going to reach a place where you can feel deeply without being overwhelmed, where you can think clearly without being disconnected, where you can be authentic without being chaotic. This is your emotional evolution, from being scattered by your emotions to being illuminated by them. The Sun card is telling me that your emotions are going to become your greatest source of wisdom, creativity, and connection. I'm seeing you helping other people navigate their emotional landscapes because you've become so skilled at navigating your own. Your journey through emotional mastery is going to become a gift you give to the world. The Sun is also showing me that your inner peace isn't going to look like everyone else's. Your peace is going to be dynamic, alive, intelligent. It's going to be a peace that can hold complexity, that can dance with change, that can embrace the full spectrum of human experience. This is so beautiful. The Sun is telling me that when you master your emotions, you don't become less Gemini. You become more Gemini. You become the fullest expression of your curious, communicative, adaptable, brilliant nature. Your emotional mastery is going to free you to be all of who you are, without apology, without explanation, without limitation. The energy is reaching its peak. I can feel the transformation completing itself. Your emotional breakthrough is happening right now as you're listening to this. The cards have spoken and the message is clear. Your journey to emotional mastery and inner peace is not about becoming someone different. It's about becoming more of who you already are. It's about learning to love your complexity, to honor your depth, to celebrate your ability to feel and think simultaneously. You are not too much. You are not too sensitive. You are not too intense. You are exactly as much as you need to be to fulfill your soul's purpose in this lifetime. The comments are going crazy, and I can feel the energy shifting for so many of you. This is your moment, Gemini. This is your time to step into full emotional sovereignty. If you want more of this energy, you know where to find me. But right now, your job is to take this wisdom and start implementing it immediately. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start having conversations with your emotions today. Subscribe now. Your emotional future depends on it. and make sure you hit that notification bell because the energy shifts we're going through this month are going to be insane, and you don't want to miss a single reading. Drop a crown emoji in the comments if you're ready to claim your emotional sovereignty. Drop a lightning bolt if you felt that breakthrough energy, and drop a heart if you're finally ready to love all parts of yourself. Your emotional mastery journey starts now, Gemini. Welcome to your new life.